Maybe real estate isn't as sexy as some other industries. I think people feel like finance is really sexy. And you know, finance, I mean, I've done it now. I've been there, done it, so it doesn't mean anything to me, right? It's just a bunch of guys sitting on a desk pushing buttons on a computer. But a lot of people feel like finance is I think, a sexy industry, or, you know, if you do a social network, then you can be like Mark Zuckerberg. Real estate, it's kind of like, it's just a house, right? So I think maybe some people feel like real estate isn't exciting. But for me, I love it. I think the size of the market, people think about, okay, we've got to go international, right? And it's very, very difficult to break into I think, the real estate space unless you have a local focus, right? And so I think working on a local level, it can be a bit harder because a lot of the potential clients you're going to be dealing with, a lot of the big real estate developers, they're very set in their ways, right? So getting them to change their behavior is difficult compared to maybe a real estate client sitting in the US or Australia or the UK, where people are more open-minded. Collaborate, yeah, I think collaborate is the right word. I think in general, you never want to be in a situation where you're running a startup and you're trying to kill someone. That is not a good place to be, right? You want to try and create win-win situations, right? And the reason people are working with us is because there is a clear win-win situation, right? So, for example, you know, we're an online real estate portal, right? You know, we're connecting buyers and renters with people who have inventory and helping that business move forward. But ultimately, off the back of that, we generate a lot of data analytics associated with where people are searching, search indexes, trying to give people insight into the market. And actually, a lot of our data, our search data, has now proven to be a leading indicator for what's happening with prices in the market, right? So this is the kind of thing that a real estate developer just couldn't do. Young people, they can't afford an apartment, and buying an apartment is such an important part of the culture here. You know, a lot of young guys, they can't get married to their girlfriends, right, until they buy an apartment, right? So and it is what it is, right? So there's a lot of, they clearly recognize that unless they get the housing market under control in some way, that is going to lead to more social unrest, right? And I think everybody recognizes that one of the problems with making that, getting the market under control is the transmission mechanism. So if the government makes a policy, right, to dampen the house prices, how does that then ultimately get into the housing market, right? What you basically need is a transparent market. If you don't have a transparent market, then what ends up happening is an agent on the ground is just going to say the market's going up, right? And basically, even though the real price might be coming down, the agent's always going to say the market's going up because they have a very strong incentive to keep the prices up because they're paid by commission.